Papa Kunipa. Daughter of Medra, sit down. Daughter of Medra, sit down. It's me. That's evidence. What's Papa Kunipa?
Adofo ni tifo I Alpha OneTV channel first time aban so any di no bu kwan so na wa subscribe ya man se bi news bia no shi bia bi notification phone so na wa be shopping so memory fi so be shama down for so enye beti for me and can something him say and the parliament hoye bijibija akra because of say wona moka say Dr. ṀurdЄr no na bu be ka mu krom for ya no for no about parliament be petition speaker say oyin sani pakonimpie na san amamre bu wa kweden o ma wa ni krom but you should man ban say the na omde sa petition command say be ya sa speaker sa MP no ne embre omkrom ya amamre ni chese na DJ Rollins the lady DJ Rollins no nye just president keku no say your hene ewo anlo entina omko be ka parliament ko petition say no and also any this akwesi or parliament right now no in senior PP ama nim the phobia fan re ni din the company re and some of what can to say akwa say obi akwa report ama teacher ni say oh asime we aka some afam ho a enye intimate so de wo twena so o kono ngo kan say matete say obi say ni say you were there in the class and I then obi ka de bia ensem fata e de fa na akobe ne ku twa report no e de ma teacher ni the same thing apply to parliament then time na NPP MP no make that comment no na Zenator runs etiwobi and is not runs e ku twa report according to Newz Reka no ku twa report na e de ma speaker bambabi say asime say statement you asime say and o make that statement against me to be on montana so statement na Raymond using it say Zenator Rollins enim ni pakro ka Dr. of ṀurdЄr no nde hu hia say parliament kwakweden ekoche kuhwehwem ni sa nyamanyama Zenator Rollins the best person and say the best MP I was saying with me this nipa and a day now kwa report no or the sani pakoni din be my speaker in after now no is Raymond can just say speaker bamba me enim MP no Zenator Rollins say the enim MP no kwa ya the same more me pa ama punishment be ono ba kwama sa NPP MP no in some NPP me chese abujina boy senior ono ani ade as a defend kakrabem kamni nkuti in some Raymond abetuja ya ba na den come try na atwaso.
But I'm only saying that from you people report from parliament, you people interact with the MPs, the things that you hear them say to each other, and when they finish they go and drink tea at that place. What's the name of that joint where people have been drinking your tea? The cafeteria. Okay. I just get surprised. So I'm thinking that Zenator herself should be the one initiating this process. It shouldn't take people coming from the village because they say they have heard. They don't even know, even if they know who, they are not able to point out and say it is Mr. A who said this, and so let's go after him. You are now saying that the person should own up. If the person doesn't own up, we will invoke the gods against the person. I find it some way. Let Zenator Rollins, who was sitting in the house, who is the one who said okay, I don't know whether she has said she heard, but I assume that because she was sitting there and the person who said those things to her hearing, she may have heard the person. So she can go formally to the speaker and say that, Mr. Speaker, I heard this member of parliament with this name who sits here on this desk saying this about me and about my father. Can we activate and do something about it? Becomes official.
That mean that you provide evidence.
Yes, but this way of doing things where somebody has said something which is not officially on parliamentary record, because if it was on Hansard, we just pick Hansard and say that on this day during debate at this time this MP said this. It's like the Murtala one that he said about JB Dankwa. Yeah. It's on Hansard. Yeah. When we go and pick it, we can read it on Hansard, so we can make a formal complaint and argument about it. But this thing is not official. It's not on any record. So that's where I have my difficulty. So then
probably they are aching people.
What about force?
You know,
sometimes
this parliamentary issue, I wanted to find out whatever the MP said, did it get into the Hansard?
No, because the MP had not been recognized, but it was said into the microphone. But the speaker had not recognized the MP, so it will not reflect in the Hansard.
So you're not reflecting the Hansard. Yeah. Okay. Then there is someone who is alleging, as in being that person being Zenator.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So she's the one alleging that another colleague of mine said this about something derogatory about my father. So it means that Zenator knows who the MP is.
Probably.
Is that correct?
Yeah, by this time I'm sure.
Yes, because if you are alleging, then you must be able to prove. And so, assuming that we do not know who the MP is, the one who is alleging, which is Zenator, knows who said that.
No, the family of the late president. And then Zenator herself has
not said anything.
Has not been involved in this at all. It's the constituents from her constituency and then the people of Anlo.
So those people are saying that they heard what the MP said.
Exactly.
That is why they are agitating.
Yes.
What it means is that they themselves also know who this MP is.
They want Parliament to find out.
But they
push the person out.
But they heard the MP.
Yes.
So they know who the MP is.
No, but they are not sure. They
heard,
without a face.
Yes.
So that's why they have brought it to Parliament, right?
You see, that's where so that's where I have a little bit of
has to show the face.
That's where I have a little bit of a difficulty because there are this member of Parliament said this in the House. He wasn't recognized, and so it can't go into the Hansard. So it's not official. So if Parliament wanted to do anything about it, then what it means is that Parliament is more like going out of its official space to do something about something that was said which is not officially recognized by the House because it's not in the Hansard. So it's more like it's an unofficial request on Parliament to do something that may have happened in this way, because a lot of things happen in Parliament. In fact, a lot of MPs say things on the floor of the House that never gets onto the Hansard. Especially the things that we hear them say, sit down, get out, go away, shut down. People doing all kinds of things. All those things happen in the House and they don't go on official record in the Hansard, and so you cannot even invite anybody to do anything about it as it were officially. So my challenge with this particular issue is that I am thinking that if Zenator was sitting there in the House and this unofficial issue happened, I'm expecting that as a member herself, she would pick it up. Now, I'm not, the reason why I'm saying this is that if that's something that they also have heard, is hearsay, mate, yate say, but I am thinking that the real person to deal with this matter, who was sitting in the House, and
the family or the constituents can also petition the speaker.
No, but what I'm saying is that it is not official. Right. So I don't have a problem with petitioning and all those things. I'm only talking about the kind of things that are said in Parliament unofficially. If we were coming to petition every one of them, then our Parliament will collapse.
They won't even work.
The things that are said, the things that MPs say about each other in that our Parliament is the daughter of a murderer. It's just one of maybe if you are not careful, to be the list of the things that people have said to people. You have heard people all kinds of things. I know.
The sound was very audible.
Do you know the MP?
I think we have a fair idea as to who the MP is. And Parliament knows. See, if you listen to the speaker, nobody will convince you otherwise that Parliament knows the MP, right? And it's about how to go about this. And that's why I said they ought to have just allowed the MP or make the MP apologize, and then that's it. Now, I spoke to Anita Disoso after she was part of those who showed up, and we saw Dan Abodakwi there, a former ambassador and former MP as well, and they indicated that now it's going beyond just apology. The MP must come to the village and perform some rituals.
What is this?
Must come where? Must come to the village. Must go to Amlo.
Why is the MP
okay. The argument is that the late Jerry John Rawlings was not just a former president, but he was a chief as well. And that they have involved the gods. But what they are doing is what is humanly possible. So the human beings are doing this.
These are the pictures.
After which they will allow the gods to take charge if the MP doesn't do what they are demanding. Right? And goes further to talk about consequences on the family of the MP, the MP's children. It's quite scary, to be honest, of course. If you believe in those things, it's quite scary. And so I would have wished that the MP had just said sorry to a colleague. See, you might have your own inclinations against one former leader or the other, like Murtala did. Murtala cited the classified CIA document and said that J.B. Dankwa was a traitor. So if there's a demand for an apology, we know who the demand is directed at, right? We know that's Murtala who said it. Unfortunately, the one who uttered those comments against Dr. Zenator Rawlings has not owned up. And many have said it's Abu Jinapo. I believe Abu Jinapo was not the one. Because of the fluency with which the person spoke tree at the end. Somebody actually prompted the person that don't say that. Or you cannot say that. Say, nasa evidence for say ne papa kumunipa. The fluidity with which the person spoke the tree cannot be Abu Jinapo. And the tone and the voice cannot be Abu Jinapo. Yeah, so I agree when Abu Jinapo says he's not the one. But there are still many people who believe that he was the one. No problem. We wait because there's actually, in fact, this was what happened. Alexander Kwame Afenyo was on his feet, speaking. And he was speaking to admonish Murtala Muhammad that, you see, when leaders fall and we are remembering them, we don't project their negativities. We project the positive aspect of their life. And that tomorrow a statement could be made in remembrance of the late Atamels. Tomorrow a statement could be made in the remembrance of the late Jerry John Rawlings. And so, as much as possible, when we are commenting on such departed souls, let's project the positive aspect of their life. Then, Dr. Zenator Rawlings got up to contribute. That was when many people on the minority side were shouting, sit down, sit down. So as for the sit down, many people said it. Many people banged on the table and said, sit down. And then this over exuberant MP said, sit down, then added the comment that we are talking about, daughter of Ṁurd徵. And somebody prompted me and said, oh no, you can't say that. So, say evidence for what say, ne papa, ekum nipa. Right. And in my engagement with the elders that came, they said if the MP was referencing the coup days, then both NDC and NPP, the antecedents engaged in coup, the UP tradition, also toppled the late Osadifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Which UP tradition did that?
Oh, I'm relating to
obfuscation of history.
I'm relating to what the gentleman said in my engagement with him.
Ignoramus.
That, but you cannot decouple the argument that the argument that the antecedent of the
antecedents. Can you give history of
I'm coming up. What is the challenge the CPP has with the NPP today? It's because they believe that the NPP and its antecedents were involved in the toppling of Nkrumah. You don't know that.
I don't know what. Give me evidence. Give me evidence.
It's in the
history. The people do
history books.
Which history books?
Oh, come on.
Is it the history
I don't know. I don't know why we are splitting head over this. That the history books link the UGCC, which has now, in essence, given birth to UP, which has given birth to MPP.
That a lot of distortion of facts that have been documented.
Oh no, I will do this one here. This is not one of them.
Please, let's come back and talk
There are books written by you people, elements who were not factual.
Please,
no, I get that. I get that.
There are books written by UP elements that were not factual about Nkrumah.
I get that.
The same way.
Let's not deviate.
I get that. I get that.
Please.
I get that. But you see, NDC will always be linked to the coups undertaken by Rawlings.
Because their constitution states that. Or you don't know what the NDC constitution says.
I get you. What I'm saying is, I'm surprised that you are saying that those claims are not true. That UGCC gave birth, or UGCC has something to do with overthrow of Nkrumah. The UGCC
no,
gave
it's not
birth to
UGCC. UGCC. Why do you say UGCC?
Please,
If
let's not deviate.
If you say UP is different from UGCC.
You are not getting
I
me.
believe
Nkrumah himself was
please
part of
engage him on
UGCC.
that matter
Yes,
so
but
that we can make
so let's
progress.
move. Let's
Yes.
viewers.
We send good news pa the ma parliament and look for omode some air protest we equal parliament no intensi our parliament say a man for beg gadom ho ayden akọ parliament ye kan be na otwe nu twemu a say na ye minority for this some air ko jan bobom masakwampo no ya ma mo kwan mama de anko parliament so then na afidie onom ye ordinary people a say intimi adoso no my ordinary people me special people me near Ghanaian or do but na according to nema kan say any kwan say they allow more the rural parliament because or me a public gallery ni kwan so me the parliament because bomit my backdoor grandpa they are fine but on call parliament a now with a cool journey at the revenue blah blah getting shish money at the day mom now and so any power can a treat against a GB down quano and then some soon grow for our wedding demonstration is a parliament you know we and we na in summer really cano and a church the music finally no Zenator roll inside the affichi ni pakoni out because a brand or could report na ma a speaker member as a parliament no in summer can just say as me say and I can refer me home into me a bear montana so quite no the fatum me mind just like a classroom quite ways will be a wadina report ya na that situation I see what parliament come in yes be company Zenator Rollins company wo then time no be aka sit down minority no be aka sit down but ni power can't asem no Zenator Rollins any hwe nanim according to insema wakano any hwe nanim mu ni pakura or can the doctor of medra no enti enya afene kwa investigation here that ni power best person pa the best MPP to busa na Zenator Rollins because on could chat report ne can say ni pass me to ne I can't say me the farmer na me mpesa e man come for kwampo area timi hu DCC parliament ya dade enti so be wade ni na o class no be wade na ese nya ukwa kwase asemeti see o se ni se o de me mpe enti montwena so nyese bia ake e bia wo outside the class na tese o say mete say ni no bi ka fam ho abrawo ni evidence bia but we know the same class and I will be making some comment before one on pay and I reporting my teacher no represented as the speaker of Ambabin and I any pakro or could try reporting is not rolling into Nimni Pakra or can't and doctor of Medran according to Ray in Sema Wakano Kwakuya de Simon me pan now we know and I can say I put in a poor we share near my baba boy in Tabujan Poka say and you no can doctor medani adeden as a kwakwe no kure because utie chi na ni pakwane kan say ade evidence company was o papa ni kumni pani adeden no utie tone wona as yes enye abugina po ensema mukakeka no kwakwe ade se ano hye ba ni pakwa kan sa asem no punishment wa be kwana so na isusa krampo I say best spelling on a man 90 days suspension and no crampusa punishment that banner more remi pa enti a quack information be a no shipani then the mam and just say beat my senior parliament component my day on my tisa good news way because the power ya appropriate person beat my day at this a year nipa koni din ampa Zenator Rollins because on okoye kwa leje ka so bi na ka sinsin afa no ho nipa kro in summary mon e kan okay kan ze bit my head a chair another comment bit so a shama down for so ngi bi a hwe ahaya for anji chakram